Hello, it is Sunny T. Good morning. I kind of still have my morning voice here, I see. Today is Saturday, May 16th. I just wanted to pop in and check on you guys, see how you're doing with your financial work. Are you keeping track of everything? Were you able to get everything? How is it going? Let me know, because on Monday I'm going to hop back on here and we're going to use those items, and I'm going to talk about some things that have helped me along the way. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a person who's paid attention, and I just want to share some things that I've learned along the way. I'm really hopping on because I had a interesting week, and I've learned so much about myself some more, and I was thinking that what I have discovered may possibly assist or help or enlighten, give some relief during this time. I have been, unbeknownst to me, having anxiety. And as I look back over my life, I've always had anxiety, but with the quarantine and some other things that have happened in my life, I had a nephew to pass. I had some other things happen that I'll talk about in another video. It has heightened my anxiety. And so it has anytime something's happening with me that I don't like, but I can't control it, I'm digging, trying to figure out what is it, why is it, how can I assist myself. And so I was talking to a counselor friend of mine a few days ago, and she was asking me some questions, and we came to the conclusion that my alarm is always off, meaning just like in a regular house, when your alarm goes off, it gets your attention, you're on alert, and you need to go put the fire out. And so she was explaining to me that you're always in that state. So the littlest thing is blown out of proportion because everything becomes a fire. There's no, this is a little problem, big problem. Everything it becomes a big problem. Hold on, sweetheart. And so I have started to work through that anxiety. Another term I'll give to you is feeling full, or saying things like your plate is full or my fuse is short. I have no patience. I become angry very easily. I'm overwhelmed. Because for me, those things did not mean anxiety. I figured anxiety means you have to have an anxiety attack. You got to just completely lose your shit. But that is anxiety too. But the anxiety I was experiencing wasn't looking like that. It was just more this every day, it's just too much going on. I can't take nothing. Everything is a problem, a big problem. And me growing up in that kind of environment with my mom being that way, of course, did not help. It's been passed along to, it's a family culture now. Now everybody has a short fuse. Everybody's on edge. Nobody can take anything. Everything is too much, right? So when we get together, although we're laughing, we're having fun, at any moment, that shit can be cut off. So somebody said the wrong thing, and if everybody got a short fuse, right? So my fuse was short, right? So I pop off. The person I'm popping off to, their fuse is short, so it will take nothing for them to pop right back off, and you got a trickle effect. Now everything is out of control. And I was thinking about the whole funeral thing, because we always say, funerals, people always act crazy at funerals. Well, this is why people act crazy at funerals, because it's one more thing they got to deal with. It's one more thing that has to be handled that they didn't plan for, and then of course they don't even like it. If they had to plan anything, it'd be something different. But funerals, I feel like, are the pop-off spot because everybody is now full. You already were full before the person passed. You already were full before you had to plan for the funeral. You already were full before the things that happen that occur at the planning all this stuff, and then you come together. It's gonna take nothing to spark somebody off, because life has you here. Say you were a glass, right? And life already has you full to here. And this is something unexpected. You don't like it. So now you even more full. You get to the funeral and somebody who whatever they say did to you, it's just one drop in your cup and now you're overflowing. And I never thought about that as being anxiety. And you can tell me if you have another term for it. For me, it feels very anxious. I feel very anxious all the time. My heart is beating fast. My body is tense. I'm easy to spark off. No patience. And that's what I was thinking. I need to work on having more patience. I need to work on this. I need to work on that. Work on listening better. And that's important too. But work on not judging, right, what the person is saying to me, not taking it personally. Trust me, I've gone through all of it. It's anxiety. It's anxiety. And I'm so happy that she shared that information with me. Of course, she shared a lot of stuff with me, but that was the piece that I wanted to share with you guys. Because, here's the solution, okay? Simple, you ready? She told me to breathe. She told me to put my hand on right below my navel and take in a deep breath and say, I am okay. Nothing's going on. I am good. I am safe. Whatever you need to tell yourself in that moment when you're breathing. I am okay. I am safe. Right? I'm saying it in my head. I'm saying it out loud for you, but when I'm breathing, I'm saying it in my head. I'm not releasing my breath. I'm saying it as I'm holding my breath. And out through my mouth. And I close my eyes because I don't want to see anything. I want to just focus on my breath. And when I tell you I felt relief the very same day, and I have felt relief ever since. So to give you tell you what's going on now is I was feeling full. Like if I had to say, I was like here, right? People say I've had it up to here. They are literally full. So I was about here, right? Now I'm somewhere in my chest area, probably like around here, maybe a little bit lower, but I'm still full. This is still full to me. But the difference is when something happens, I have room now for it to fill up. Whereas before I'm here, I have no room. Like anything that comes in that's going to be stressful, and life is stressful. You can't avoid it, right? So anything that comes in that's stressful, it's a fire. Whereas now, because I'm down here, although it's still stressful, I'm not out of control. I'm not angry. I'm not impatient. I'm not all these things that I was doing. I'm not emotional. I can actually see. I can breathe. And when I feel myself filling up, I take even when the person is talking to me or whatever is happening, I'm learning to breathe and say that I'm okay, right? And so that's helping me out tremendously, because when your alarm is off and you're always in put out the fire mode, everything is up here. Everything is taken out of context. Everything is handled, overly handled. You're not your right self. And honestly, that was normal for me. I didn't think anything was wrong with that. Because that's what I know. That's what everybody around me is doing for the most part in my family. And so it never dawned on me that that was something out of the ordinary. I knew I didn't like it, but I didn't know it was something that I need to actually address. Now, me being married, of course, and anybody that's been married can probably attest to this too. Things that you have not dealt with, or have dealt with a little bit, or just haven't had time to deal with, those things are going to start bubbling up, because now you're dealing with the person who you love and that who loves you back, and that you want to be a certain way with them, and you don't want to be acting like that with the person that you are in love with. And so it pushes me to deal with myself. Being a mom pushes me to deal with myself. And so I just want to share that with you because I feel like a lot of people in our community, especially a lot of people in the Black community, deal with anxiety, but we don't know what it's called. We just say, don't bother with her because she, that's gonna go somewhere you don't want it to go. Or they may tell you themselves, you better get back before I pop off. I know people who are so full and they get so angry they don't even remember what happened. They're just that full. And all they know is, I need you to get back up off of me. Like, don't give me nothing else on my plate. I can't handle nothing else. I don't want to handle nothing else. And when something else comes along, that's what it feels like. It feels like someone's like punching you in your chest. And if you're the kind of person who's getting bent out of shape about, your kids spilling water or juice or breaking something, and you just go to 100, you might have anxiety. And maybe that's the word that I'm using because that's the word that resonated with me, because I never thought about it as being anxiety. But to me, it feels like anxiety after speaking with her. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, because if you look up the lady named Joy DeGruy, DeGruy, she talks about this thing called PTSD, which will definitely give you anxiety. You look at what that is, and then you mix that in with everything that we go through in life, period, and everything our parents went through. If you don't have anxiety, if you naturally didn't have anxiety, kudos to you, kudos to you, because it is what it is. But if your parents had anxiety, it more than likely it's going to get passed to you because that's all you know. So now that I'm a mom, I don't want to pass that to my son, and I don't want to be being impatient with him and the things that come along when you have anxiety. Most people don't, but you don't know what it is. So I just want to share with you so that maybe if you are having some of the same symptoms, whatever you want to call it, that's why I gave all the symptoms of what it is. I'm calling it anxiety, but whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. I just want to give you the information so that if you wanted to work on it, you've been working on it and have not been successful, or it hasn't been working for you as quickly as you would like, I just want to give you an extra tool and some extra information as you dig through your journey that'll help you along the way, because that's what I do. I pick up information here and there, and it helps out along the way. And then finally, boom, here's the big chunk that I was waiting for. And for me, this was the big chunk that I was waiting for. And so I'm excited about it. And so I've been doing much better with my life. I'm able to manage my life a little bit better. And I look forward to next weekend, and how the lower and the less full I feel. I'm excited about what I can do. Guess what? Doing this video before this week, doing a video was just too much for me. If you notice, I haven't been doing videos. It was just too much. It was just one more thing to do. It's like, I don't even know how I'm gonna fit that into my schedule. But it wasn't about fitting into my schedule. It was just, I was overwhelmed, right? And so, yeah, that's it. If you're having any of the symptoms that I said, and you want to entertain the idea that it could be anxiety, look up some videos, try the breathing exercise that I mentioned. Look up paranormal nervous system. I think that's what it's called, because she's telling me that that's really where this lies really. I haven't looked it up in detail, so I'm not going to even talk on it. When I do look it up and I get some more information about it, maybe I'll share, or I can bring somebody on the channel with us that can talk about it in more detail. That's not my thing. So I don't want to tell you anything wrong. But if you know anything about the subconscious mind, to me, the paranormal nervous system sounds similar to that, where it stores information and the reaction, or it stores like scenarios and then the reaction to those scenarios. So when you are popping off, more than likely you're popping off because that's what you've seen, heard somebody else do, and that's part of your program, possibly. But I don't want to get into that because I don't really know enough about that to talk about it like I want to. But look up paranormal nervous system and how it ties into all this stuff too, because the more information you have, the better you can address it and overcome it. Anyway, happy Saturday to you. I really want to get on and share it with you guys, and I'll be coming back on hopefully more regularly as I feel less full. We'll see where this thing goes. I love doing videos. It's just that I haven't been able to fit it in so that I wasn't like filling up my cup too much. I'll share more about this as I go because I feel like this is going to be very helpful to a lot of people. I know many people who are having this issue, but they're not calling it anxiety like I wasn't calling it anxiety, but I feel like it can be helpful. I'm not really stuck on words, so if you don't want to call it anxiety, call it whatever you want to call it. Just breathe. Peace.